meditation. This is a meditation centered around letting everything go and surrendering to become one with the goddess. I want you to begin this meditation by sitting in a quiet place. Mentally surround yourself with a zone of silence as if you have drawn a veil between yourself and the world. Gradually begin to slow the rhythms of your breath as you inhale, then exhale. Inhale, exhale. Sinking further and further down into a deep, relaxed state of meditation. Breathing in, breathing out. Letting go of anything you may be holding on to and just allowing it to surrender. Breathing in and breathing out. Now we will get started. We are going on a journey of healing. As you continue to inhale and then exhale, I want you to let your breath really carry you through this journey, allowing you deeper and deeper peace within as the distractions of everyday life start to fall and melt away. Let your awareness drop down into the inner chamber of your heart. Next, I want you to imagine that you find yourself walking along a pathway that leads you further and further away from civilization and deep into the heart of a beautiful forest. And as you follow this trail, I want you to imagine, really imagine, that you are winding around and are amongst trees that are hundreds and hundreds of years old. There are flowers that carpet the ground that you walk on. Smell them now. Hear the birds sing and the gentle vibrations of nature caress your skin. And in the distance, you can hear a muffled roar of the ocean waves, rising and falling, falling and rising like music. Your heartbeat, your breath, and the ocean waves keep time with the rhythms of nature. Soon the path you are on brings you to a tiny stone sanctuary, a place so old and hidden it had been forgotten by time. Thickly covered with vines and gnarled branches, it is clear that no one has entered this chapel in centuries, perhaps even thousands of years. Intuitively, you sense that something mysterious, yet deeply familiar, lies within the ruins of this forgotten shrine. Slowly, you push open the door and you enter. And as you open the door, something old and timeless opens within your soul as well. Once across the threshold, you find yourself immersed in an atmosphere that is so sacred and so familiar and holy. There are vaulted ceilings that arch over a rough stone altar at the front. There's beautiful light that trickles in through the stained glass window. You feel a warmness, almost as if there are candles burning all around you. There is a smell of fragrant incense and a familiar smell of perfume. On an altar stands a statue of a female, of a goddess. You walk closer and closer. You can now actually see her face. It is so old and it's dark with time. You begin to caress the statue with your hands. You can feel the lines on her body, so worn from all the other hands that have previously held her as they have prayed with her and over her. You can't really make out if she's a statue that belongs to religion, but you feel deeply connected to her. There's a sense in her. It's her energy that feels so warm and caressing. You hold it more and more tightly. And it is as all of your grief and all of your suffering melts into this statue. You feel so connected to her. As you close your eyes and hold her tighter and tighter, you see flashes of other goddesses. You see a flash of Mother Mary. You see a flash of Kuan Yin, of Goddess Sophia, of the wise white buffalo woman, of Goddess Isis, and so many other beautiful goddesses. You see the feminine faces. You see the nurturing aspects of God. You see images of a loving mother, of a woman who embraces herself and is one with all that she is. As you hold this tightly, these images now contain images of you smiling, laughing, free, confident, so strong. Tears fall from your face as you remember this beautiful goddess within you. You now realize that you're kneeling in prayer. You immediately brace your being in the being of all the goddesses before you. you see 12 incredibly strong, divine goddesses who are now all standing before you in the flesh. You see a goddess who is love. Feel her energy. She holds you and hugs you, swoops her hands across your forehead. Her loving acceptance embraces everything you deem as a flaw, everything you see as a frailty. She's looking directly into your eyes. She fills your soul and your heart with warm and golden light and energy. She fills that sacred space within you, caresses your heart with her hand while wiping your tears with the other. She penetrates your soul and loves you to the core of everything you are. She has emotions of sweetness and mercy and loving forgiveness that emanate from her, sweeping over you in waves of bliss, healing every single part of you that's hurt or broken or wounded. She kisses your forehead. And now as your eyes meet hers, you see that this goddess is you. She's the loving, sacred parts of you. You now are face to face with the other goddess. She is the goddess of strength. She holds you so tightly. She flashes before you every single time. You have been so incredibly strong. She tells you she's so proud of you. And reminds you that you can get through anything because you have. Your strength is needed in the world, and that because of you, so many other women will step into their purpose because your strength allowed you to step into yours. And as she holds you and reminds you of all these victories, your eyes now meet with hers, and you see that she is you. You now look to the other goddess, who's the goddess of empathy and compassion. She is so mothering and so nurturing. She flashes before you every image that you've been there and cared for someone in a time of need. When you've put yourself last to put others before you. She reminds you of how incredibly beautiful you are and how much value you add to everyone in your life. And she encourages you to take the time to give the same attention to any wounds you may be carrying. She asks you to give her anything you need to let go of so that this side can come out, and to place it in her hands as she will now carry it and give it back to God. You are now face to face with the goddess of wisdom, the goddess of divine intelligence, and she asks you to ask her, what is it that you know? What intelligence do you carry and possess that the world needs to hear and know more than ever? What divine intelligence have you been given that you've been holding back? Really listen to her. Taking this time to honor all of the knowledge you have and vowing to start sharing this with the world. She hugs you tightly and reminds you to take time in silence to really listen to your inner voice, because some of your most intelligent words that you carry are in your mind and in your soul. And only you can interpret them the way that you can. Don't silence them any longer. Now you shift your perception to the goddess of creativity. Flashing before you are images of things that only you do the way you do. Hold these in. Really take them into account. Knowing that everything about you that's creative was given to you strictly by God. She encourages you to do these now because they are needed in this world. Now, standing before you is the goddess of her purpose. What does she look like? Pay attention to her body language and her aura. Asking her, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What do I need to be doing? She's asking you a question you've heard repeatedly. She's asking, what can I carry for you that no longer serves you? And when was the last time you just sat and found me? She also asks you, what do you need most from your spirituality right now? And how can she help you find it? Really surrender to her. Take a moment to just pray, asking her, because she's so powerful, to take away what's no longer serving you and really, really mean it. You begin to feel lighter. You start to realize that you are floating because you are no longer boggled down by all this weight you are carrying, because each and every one of these goddesses has removed it from you. You see the remaining goddesses. What do these represent for you? Who are these goddesses? Take a moment to just scan the room, seeing which goddesses remain for you. Asking them any messages that they have for you. And really just taking an account to listen to them. Now, you return back to the ground and you are face to face with all of those 12 goddesses. And you see that they are all images of you. But this last one, oh, is she you, but man, is she beautiful. She's so happy and she's so free. This is the future you. Take a moment to really look at her and breathe her in. This is what you look like when you've really learned how to heal. This is what you look like when you have used these tools that have been placed before you, that have allowed you to remember your compassion, your forgiveness, how much so many of us are so much alike and mirrors of each other. This is you who's embraced forgiveness, internal peace, spirituality within, healing generations before you and after you. This is you as your own mother, as your own friend, as your own child, as the divine, beautiful, sacred being you are. Just take a moment to breathe this goddess in. never forgetting how incredibly powerful you are and what a sacred, beautiful goddess you are. Taking another final deep breath in, letting it out, letting a smile caress your face, breathing into this smile, breathing out, letting a little giggle come across to your lips as you embrace just how beautiful, wonderful, and strong you are. Take each arm and begin to just hug yourself as you smile again, breathing in and breathing out, giggling again at the divine being you are. Enjoy your day, my goddess. Enjoy your day.